To Step into College. I'm Koyah Rivera, and we have a segment on our show, and it is our Dreams to Reality segment. In this segment, y'all know we all have dreams, we all have goals. When we were little, we used to dream about doing this and that. There are actually people who are living their dreams. And today I have one such person. And what is your name, sir?
LeVelle Moton.
Ah, where do you come from? Where do you work? What you do?
I'm at North Carolina Central. I'm the head basketball coach.
Wow. Okay, yeah, can you get some love for that? Now, I know you because we went to high school together when we were over at Inlow. Yes. Was this your dream? Was this your goal? Or did this just kind of happen through life that you ended up? Talk to me.
Not at all. It wasn't my goal. It was pretty much God's plan. You know, my plan was to become a professional basketball player, in which I did. But the longevity in that career didn't, manifest itself as long as I would like to.
Well, wait a second. I didn't even know that you played, and they don't know. So tell us about that. So you were a really good basketball player in high school, like a lot of people watching. And then what happened from high school?
From high school, basically, to summarize it all up, I was considered like one of the top 50 basketball players in the nation, and at that time we would go to these camps, such as Nike camps, where you were able to showcase your skills, and I was offered several scholarships, and initially I chose Michigan State, but the head coach retired the spring of me committing to them, so I chose to attend North Carolina Central and had a pretty decent career there. And from there, I went to the Seattle Supersonics for 6 months and then played 6 years overseas.
So, to the student athletes that are really good in high school, what would you say to them? Is it important to have a backup plan, or what would you say? I mean, what if they get hurt? What if it doesn't pan out that the pros come?
Well, it's absolutely important, and I speak to so many different kids on so many different occasions, and everybody, it seems as if they want to be a rapper or a basketball player, and I'm not one to defer anyone's dreams, but what they have to understand is, as a basketball player, you pretty much live in a dog's life, and pretty much. What you
mean? Because there are too many students telling me that they want to play ball in college, and you trying to say it's a dog. What do you mean it's a dog's life?
I think they say a dog age, each year 7 years. That's pretty much how a basketball player life is. So 30 is pretty much young in the world, but when you're a basketball player, your knees aren't making the same moves that they once made, and you pretty much have to look for a plan B, career. And the longevity in those two careers, as far as rappers and basketball players, it's probably 5 to 7 year span. So now, regardless of how much money you made, that money has to last forever. And that's the mentality of our youth right now. So, we have to have a moral and social responsibility to educate them and inform them of other careers and other avenues that they could take.
Right. So even if you do make it pro, even if you do go to college and play ball, what's your plan for your life beyond that?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously there was a wonderful, awesome plan for your life. So how did that transition from you playing ball to coaching, and then now you're doing some awesome, wonderful things that we're going to talk about at the end of the interview. But talk to me about that transition.
Well, I was overseas for several years, and I was playing on a good team over there, and I think it was lasting like 10 months, and I would come home and stay for a month and a half, and then I had to go back over. And so I began feeling as if I wasn't even an American citizen anymore. I was making great money. My goal was just to buy my mother a house, and I accomplished that my first year.
Congrats on that.
Well, I appreciate it. And one day I had a good friend, Darryl Robinson, who sort of mentored me coming up, and he said, are you going back overseas? And I said, I'm pretty much kind of tired, so I want to get into coaching. And I began my coaching career at West Millbrook Middle School. And I had no vision of being a Division I head coach, none of that. And we were pretty successful, and I didn't take myself that seriously. I had some talented kids, and eventually I made the jump to Sanderson High School and coached there, and that's when my alma mater called me back to be assistant coach. And
wow! So a door of opportunity opened. You stepped in, and now you're here. And tell me about some of the other things that you are and that you're doing beyond just being a coach.
Well, I was born in Boston, Massachusetts, in a place called Orchard Park Projects, and from 85 to 89, that was pretty much known as the murder capital of the world in the United States. So needless to say, I had an extreme passion and sensitivity in helping inner city kids, you know, such as myself. And, you know, when I go speak, I'm a motivational speaker on the circuit throughout the southeastern region for the Boys and Girls Clubs. And, you know, I just have a passion of giving back. So recently I formed a community day. It was actually my second annual community day at the Boys and Girls Clubs. And we had like 400 kids, myself and PJ Tucker of the Toronto Raptors.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And what we did, we just basically have a family event day where we got rides and water slides and cookouts. And
is that here in Raleigh?
Yes.
And is it going to be coming up in the...
Well, it's every summer, so we just missed it. We just finished 2 weeks ago.
So next summer, that's something we can look out for if you're in the Raleigh area.
Absolutely.
Well, LeVelle, thank you so much for stepping to college. And now I'm going to throw it over to 16, who has some words for any high school or middle school or even elementary school student or college student that's watching.
Well, just to let you know, we always say reality is a dream desired and pursued. To be more specific about it, about that rapper thing, hey, you rappers, music guys, I didn't realize it until I got deep in the game that you have to, in the music industry, you have to learn to be accountants, businessmen, marketing directors, and this is all in school. So this line with basketball, you have to have a plan B. You have to have your head on screwed tight. The key word is passion too. Everybody's been using passion today. You gotta have passion. You know what it is. If you need the knowledge, you better step into college, baby. Ah!
You have a desire and a passion. It's hard for someone to tell you, hey man, stop doing this, you need to do something else. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, and never ever give up. I guarantee you it'll happen.
What's up, y'all? This is Bell.
And I'm Bev. That's right, and I'm the Buck.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Hill Harper. You're watching Step Into College.
Bye.
Yo, check this out. If you need more knowledge, step into college. And you want to know why? Well, education is key.